Hey guys, it's the SpeedyTurtle here, and welcome to a little tour of what I've done so far, because as you know in my Let's Build series, I have been doing a crap ton off camera because, don't know what happened there, because it would not be nearly finished by past New Year, and honestly, without speeding up or doing stuff off camera, like, it wouldn't be possible to, without, it'd be getting in the way and I would have to do a lot, and to push videos out is really hard. So let's get into this tour. So last episode, actually, over there is that's where I was talking about it, and I've done a lot since then. So I'm just going to do a basic tour, going right out and doing what I've done. And bear in mind, I've done a lot. So basically here, this isn't actually done, but as you can see, this is going to be the mining area, which I'm going to do in an actual episode. Basically, it's going to be like bridges and mine carts going down, which I'm going to have it a proper it's going to be like it's a proper working like mine shaft. So that'll be cool. I'm also going to do walls around here because it needs protected. But unfortunately, I have not gotten into that. I'm actually kind of going in like from what I've done. I'm not doing what I built like first ages ago. This was like the last thing I've actually started working on, which was like 2 days ago. So I've actually not got around to this yet. Right, so as you move down here, past the walls and that what are going to be here, which this pit is not even nearly done, it's got this little dock which I've started. Basically, this is going to be all the important stuff that's going to be shipped out on these boats that I really like. I love these boats to bits. I need to figure out how to do a 45-degree boat, because over there, as you can see, this little diagonal, but I want to put a boat in there, but it's gonna, I don't know how to make it 45 degrees. So I'll have to figure that out somehow. And so yeah, basically this has got materials sitting around here getting ready to get shipped off to the mountain around that corner. And then here is actually, can I open this? No, it's an iron door, sorry, the texture pack. And here's got like the gold and the diamond, emerald, that's like not been properly, it's not been like packed up yet, so it's sitting in there getting ready. As I said, guys, this bit around here is not even nearly done. This is going to be really clustered around here, and this is all over there is much more spaced out. So over here we actually got the guard tower, which I really like this guard tower because it doesn't look like it's straight up cylindrical shape. It's like got lots of like indents to it, like it's been chipped away and just like really old. It's probably one of the oldest things besides the mountain. But of course the mountain's like, has to be kept in well shape. That's why it's not like that. But I really like it. I really like the outcome to it. As in here, there's actually like chairs. This is like one of the only buildings I've done interior to. It's just guards tower, and you can come up here. And what I really like about it is it's centered, so you can literally see like across the whole town, which I think is really cool. Even the mountain, but I'm on extreme, so that's how I can see it. So let's actually just jump off there. Woohoo! And they've got their own little dock, which I've still got to do a little boat. And and finally, well, not finally, we've got tons to go. Over this bridge is actually the marketplace, which I really like. This is like the first thing I started doing off camera. I started this straight away after I recorded the video, me talking over there. Here it's basically like, it's not like a proper marketplace. It is for the public, but I mean, like, it's not just random, like, it's not like for the public to use, like, to use, but man, to be the hosts of the stalls, because this is really for the farmers and the producers of the town to actually come. And they've got their flour here, which is actually sugar, because that's what happens in a watermill. They produce flour that crunch down wheat, which actually comes from here. And so they got their wheat and seeds and leather and stuff, and meat over here, which is, I like how they've got the little pen here and little these trees are pretty cool. I learned how to do that, which isn't hard. It's got a little pond here just for decoration. I really like it having the things getting hung up here. I think that looks really cool, the fish hanging up, and a little stall for whoever wants to rent it. So basically this was the first thing I've done. Now over here actually is where the vast majority of the stuff I've done over like the past week and a bit. I've done so much, and I actually wanted the countryside more than anything. So if we want to run over here, and you'll see the sheer mass of countryside that I've done, which is this. Now as you come over here, it's called Shadow Road, which is basically, it's kind of the countryside where they're like, if we're going to be talking about it realistically, which sounds really nerdy, but yeah, this is kind of like, they wouldn't be able to help them from here. This is kind of the farmer's land. He keeps it, he's a tough farmer. arrow to the knee. So this actually took me quite a while. I didn't do it alone. Of course, the channels that helped me will be in the description, because it helped me out a lot. Because actually over here, like this is fine, but over here you can see that they're not actually planted anymore, and before they were. But what actually happens, I was world editing over there, which we'll come to, and for some reason I had actually selected over there, and then I had done grass, and it made this whole land covered, and it got rid of all the seeds and stuff like that, which it annoyed me. But I managed to replant everything, and I just couldn't be bothered replanting this. So down here, as you can see, there's a little, you know, temporary stable with a well, of course, because the horses need water. So there's just an easy access well here to, and then you'll get it. And of course with a little storage for hay. So we're actually going to run down here before we run down there. And see what's going on. Let's see what's chilling. So this is actually private land. So there's no stealing around here, people. Of course, there's a field with horses, with some more other stuff around here. And you know, just basic things lying around. It's quite untidy because it is like a farm, so it's going to be untidy. And this is a little farmhouse, which I think is pretty cool. It didn't take me long. It's just a basic little cottage for the farmer to live in. So I really like it. I like this farm so far, and I thought I wanted to do a tour to show you guys what I've done. And of course there's a stable here for all the horses are sitting around. So let's fly over here. Let's fly back all the way back, and I'll tell you a bit more on this area. So basically, I'm actually gonna ignore this bit for now. This is the barn, and I like the doors here. It's so weird because this is my favourite part about the whole build, but they actually look like handles with levers at each side, and I love it, but it's annoying when people change it like that. It really annoys me. So okay, so basically your basics barn with all stuff tied down, just to keep dry from the weather outside, the horrific weather from around the mountain. It brings a lot of rain and snow. So yeah, that's, you know, this is probably like the biggest build I've done. That took me the longest because it's just really annoying. Because of course, like this bit, you can't really just leave it plain, so I had to totally get symmetrical. As you can see around here, it's symmetrical, so it's really a pain in the backside to do. So over here is the StoneGate training camp. Now, I wanted to do this in the countryside because I kind of wanted it to be a bit more secret, and they just kind of come out here because there's a lot of space for them to train and get used to being a troop of StoneGate. So there's most of these builds, guys, there's actually no interior done because they made, you know, I don't really need to at this point. I will over time. So basically, yeah, there's just going to be stuff like that in here when I get around to it. But yeah, I really like this camp because it's secluded, and of course I need to do a bit more trees. And I like this part. I actually really like the tall trees because it hides it a bit more, because this tent is pretty tall, and it's kind of like the chief's tent, I suppose you could say. So this tent is pretty tall, and it kind of, you know, hides it a bit more, even though it's blue and white, but that's the StoneGate colours. So, pardon me, we're just going to run down here. Let's go for a stroll. Jump, let's go. And round here is actually the end of StoneGate land. Now that's basically, you'd think that'd be the end, but it's not. It's got a little flag to represent it. But StoneGate land ends here, and you can see there's a very creepy forest. I wonder what could be at the end of this, but we're going to check it out because it is pretty dangerous. So as you can see, when you're greeted by a lot of signs saying, you know, you can't get help, go back, and dark magic lies in this forest. I wonder what that could mean. So we're going to venture in here a bit. Just lots of skulls. It's pretty spooky. At night time, I do not recommend coming in here. Just saying. I'm not going to tell you why, but these cobwebs need to give it away. So, ooh, what's this, I wonder? This is actually Dragon's Keep territory. You know, if we're going to think of it, this is, for you new guys, basically I'm treating this like, not seriously, but as like if it was going to be real, it'd be like, you know, if it's going to be all acted out, it's going to be, you know, things like this would happen. Like, you know, the town used to be here, but it was totally broken down by Dragon's Keep, and I wonder what could be the end of that road. Well, I'm not going to go down there actually because it's a bit dangerous, but if you want to come on soon, by the rate I'm going at now with this town, guys, it'll be done in no time. And you guys can come on, I'll make it a town, you guys can come on and have a look for yourselves. Check it out, see what's at the end of that road, but I recommended going geared. So basically, that's all I've really done. We're just going to have a little fly around, see what we've done so far. This took probably a good 6 hours of my time. Not all at once, but the amount of time I put in overall, it's probably taken me about 6 hours for the part I've done that I did off camera. Like all this, like that building, and the main castle and a bit around here. I did that on camera, which doesn't count. So from what I did to what I just showed you there, it took me about 6 hours. Being realistic, it probably could have taken me quicker, but it's like I wanted to make sure it was okay and you know it made sense. And I like how I planned it out really well. Over there's the countryside now. It's to actually get digging into the town, which I'm really psyched about. So if you've got any recommendations, guys, be sure to tell me down below. And yeah, I'll see you all next video. Have a great day and peace.